What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk all things major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much, much more. I'm your host, Chris, and if you've seen Ms. Marvel Episode 5, it's very likely you're asking yourself the same question that most people are asking themselves. Who are the bad guys? We are now moving into the final episode, the 6th episode of the series, and following the events of Episode 5, we're a little bit confused. The episode not only took a massive right turn, it took a 180, backtracked, and then left us on some weird cliffhanger. So we're going to talk about what a few inside scoopers have said, what the information at hand has given us, and see if we can't determine who the bad guy is going to be in this next upcoming final episode. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel and turning on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our other major movie and television news updates. Also, you can check me out on my other socials, Instagram at Chris M. Rosser and Twitter at TheCultureChris. Links to both of these are in the description down below. So let's take just a second to talk about Ms. Marvel. It's one of, if not the highest rated Marvel project of all times on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a little bit odd and very interesting. I don't think it's terrible. I have a hard time defending it with what it's done in the last two episodes. Episodes 1 through 3 were a lot of fun. I had a very good time watching these. I think the cultural inclusions were a lot of fun with the wedding and understanding a character and her diverse backgrounds. I think Iman plays a fantastic Ms. Marvel, and her conviction to the role will be very exciting to see as she goes on throughout the Young Avengers, the regular Avengers, you know, the Marvels, wherever it is that she will show up down the line. I'm excited to see her character. The issue that I'm currently having with Ms. Marvel, and I will be curious to hear what you guys think as well, so let me know in the comment section down below, is the writing of these last two episodes. The first three built up a really cool series. Then in episode 4, we got a lot of different types of information that it doesn't feel like we're going to go back and acknowledge whatsoever. And then episode 5 spent a good 25 minutes back in time giving us no new information other than now we know for sure that Ms. Marvel was the one that gave the little stars for Sana to go back to the train and, you know, the day was saved. We all pretty much had predicted that, but there it is. And then the very end of episode 5, we have the problem. Now we're back in the regular timeline. A weird, mysterious portal seemingly opens. It kills all of the Jinn, the bad guys, and then it closes. Now we see Kamran has some powers, and he's hanging out with Bruno, and then they get attacked by the DODC. Who's the bad guy? Because all of the bad guys are very apparently dead. We also now have a good relationship between Ms. Marvel and her mom. Her grandma's all involved. Everybody's hugging and happy. So, what's going on? What's this finale going to be about? And is there time for them to rebrand or rewrite the story so that it makes sense and has an impactful ending? Now, impactful can mean a few things. Impactful just for this project or impactful for the MCU. Either way, something needs to tie a pretty bow around this entire project, and for starters, we need to find out who the bad guy is. Now, there's a few options, and if you want to look at what's remaining here, we've lost the big antagonists, which were the Jinn, who were trying to get back to their world. We're trying to use the bangle. We very clearly saw two of them, which seemingly was the ones who remained, try to go through whatever was open of this portal, and they both literally melted into bones and fell on the ground. Before this happened, however, Cameron received a little bit of some type of spiritual awakening from his mother, and now he has what appear to be similar powers to that of Ms. Marvel. And now we see that the DODC is looking for all of these different suspects. They finally found Bruno, and they found Kamran with Bruno, and then they blew up the store, and that's how the episode ends. So, who are the bad guys? Is it the DODC? Is there some type of secret organization happening in the background? Maybe the Jinn aren't completely gone and we're going to have a final battle between them with Ms. Marvel. Or maybe there's some type of twist that we didn't already see coming and Bruno's the bad guy. Let's start with what they want us to think. The end of the episode ends with the DODC sending a drone over to Bruno's little store, his little house, and blowing up the store. Seemingly, Kamran has talked to Bruno and he's like, hey, I'm sorry, I thought your name was Brian, I need your help, we gotta help Ms. Marvel, all of this different stuff that is going on. And then the DODC shows up, hunting him, and blows up the store. So this makes them, at the moment, the bad guy. That's what they want us to think, and I definitely think there's some truth to that. Obviously, there have been some questions behind the motives and who's in charge of the DODC. I think it would be a very, very cool reveal. If they decided to say, you know what, yeah, we've finished Ms. Marvel's story, let's use episode 6 for some type of massive reveal. Here's Kamran, he has powers too, he's going to move forward as part of the Young Avengers, he's going to move forward as part of the Marvels, we're going to keep this character around, and there'll be this big love bubble between Bruno, Kamran, and Kamala, and then yeah, cool. Ms. Marvel's story is over, her mom and her are getting along, her grandma and her have connected, she understands who Aisha was and what the Bengals doing, all of that stuff has been taken care of. In episode 6, we're going to reveal who's behind the DODC. Now this could be any number of people, it could be AIM, it could be Hammer, it could be, and I mean just imagine if it was Doom Industries, so many different options of people that could be trying to use this Stark technology that's been confiscated in Spider-Man No Way Home by the DODC, and they're using this technology in order to find out what superheroes there are and how they can defeat them and get intel, and this might even end up connecting down the road to Armor Wars, which is going to be about the argument of Stark technology, how it's used, who uses it, who has the right to use it, and I think that that would be a very interesting reveal for them to give us, and we can just kind of accept that Ms. Marvel was cut a little bit short. The other option, and what I think is more likely, is that Kamran is still the bad guy. Now, he's never really proven that he is bad or has bad intentions, but whatever strange light flickering in the eyes giving him powers, spiritual message that came from his mother, might have corrupted him in some sort of way, or she's thrown his spirit into him, or something that's very not been explained by the closing of this series. We also have My Time to Shine Hello, who you guys will know I reference on this channel often because, let's be honest, she's very, very accurate. And this is what she said. Kamran is the show's final boss. I said it before, and I said he'll have similar powers to Kamala, but people act surprised. This is what she said last night after the episode aired. A lot of people obviously are acting surprised and maybe even a little confused as to where this series is headed. I know that there are a lot of complaints and a lot of people who even say, yeah, this show's kind of lost me because the direction has been lost, and it is hard to defend. However, there are different ways and motives that they can rectify the kind of crazy, choppy writing that we've seen for episodes 4 and 5 in episode 6, and maybe even push the MCU narrative forward. I really hope that is the case because the first 3 episodes of Ms. Marvel I did actually really enjoy, even more than I thought I would. And I'm not a hypercritical viewer, I'm not a hypercritical fan, it's very easy to please me. These last 2 episodes, just something seemed a little off, a little rushed, and a little choppy. But the first 3 episodes were a lot of fun, this character has been a lot of fun, Iman has a fantastic conviction to the role, she knows the character, and I'm super excited to see where the MCU takes her individually. And then of course the elephant in the room, the Brie Larson possible post-credit scene cameo, the connection from her to this series to the Marvels. Will we be getting that? I'm just going to say I wouldn't count on it because none of these Marvel Disney Plus shows have really had that big connecting factor. WandaVision led directly into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and there was no post-credit scene where Doctor Strange was informed of what Wanda was doing. So I wouldn't hold your breath too much on that, but hey, I would love to see it happen. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I know at the moment a good majority of people aren't too happy with what 4 and 5 have done, but episode 6 does have opportunity still. Kamran might still be a secret bad guy, and we could get a really cool fight between the 2 of them, now that for some reason, and hopefully they explain it, he has similar powers to Ms. Marvel. Thank you guys so much for watching to the very end of the video. If you found it helpful, useful, or entertaining, consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of your daily uploads happening right here on Cosmic Culture.